PTR on the beat, by the way.
Sleepless beats.
Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, okay, yeah, alright. We hopped down my crib, we walked down the sidewalk. Me and my shawty, yeah, we hopped in my whip. We drove down the block, and you know there ain't no cab. We drove down the block, yeah, Pulled up to my homie's crib, you know there ain't no cab. We hopped down my whip, walked up the sidewalk, and you know there ain't no cab. Knocked on my homie's door, he opened it. There's so many people doing drugs and meth. It was super crazy. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe everything in the air. Some people were passed out. Some were sleeping. Oh my god, who cares? Like, I saw everything. I told my shawty we should go. She's like, no, I'm fine though. I'm like, girl, you don't want to be at this party. Mind you, it was a party. Yeah, okay. Me and my shawty, we're getting ready for a party, right? We hopped out my crib, and then we walked down the sidewalk, hopped in my whip, then we drove down the block, and then we hopped out my whip, and then we walked back up the sidewalk to my homie's crib. It was about 8 blocks that we drove. Then we knocked on my homie's crib door. My homie answered it. So many people were on the floor. It was super crazy. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe everybody was even ODing. I can't believe everything was happening in front of my eyes. I told my shawty, hey, we should leave before it's our demise. I told my shawty, hey, I don't trust the place. Told my shawty and my homeboy, hey, we gotta leave today. And my shawty said, fine, since you so paranoid. Then we left, hopped back in my whip. Alright, yeah, then we left my homie's crib, walked back down the sidewalk, hopped back in my whip. Then we drove back 8 blocks. Then we drove down the block, back, up to my crib. And you know there ain't no cap. Up to my crib. And then we hopped down my whip, walked up the sidewalk, and then we went in my crib. We just chilled. At a party with my shawty. At a party with my shawty. At a party with my shawty. Party with my shawty. Party with my shawty. Peace!